Welcome to another episode of the Ratchet Ramblers podcast, presented to you by. Don't worry about all that right now. I am one third of your host.
Ooh, shady boots.
Mm,
Nigga got
not,
on his shading pantaloons.
okay.
not even intentional, but
Got
I want.
his shade and do rag on.
I am one third of
Ooh,
your.
whoa.
Unintentional hilarity. I'm one third of your host, Jeremy, aka Black Dante on Twitter, aka Nigga Mort, aka Y'all Niggas Can't Drive, aka Please Leave Me Alone, Thank You So Much, aka Ain't Nothing Worse Than the Office Snitch that is proud of being the Office Snitch. I hope they suffer. And as usual, I'm joined by my friends and my co-host.
Hello, everybody. It's one of your favorite people. It's London's mom, aka Candace, aka one of the co-founders of Flawless Noises Media. And since Jeremy was accidentally shady, pretty soon this podcast will be brought to you by Flawless Noises Media. We might as well just go ahead and inform you that Ratchet Rambling and Mama Meets World and Not So Newlyweds will be leaving the network for a network that Curtis and I have put together. And so get ready for some new things in 2019. It's all about new beginnings. And working smarter, not harder. And, just taking our power and agency. So, yeah, I'm going to turn it over to the third and I don't want to say biggest piece of shit because the margins have narrowed themselves.
As they should have.
So everybody, I'm going to let Mr. One Third introduce himself and go from there.
Oh, Curtis the Menace here in the building, aka Trilificus on all social media. Updated to Mr. 36%. Very slim margins. But we're gonna see what the next 6 months bring. And have to say a quick apology for last week. We recorded a whole episode and listened the jokes. Like, oh god, I have such good jokes. But we unfortunately lost that audio, so we could not bring you an episode. But we are here this week and we are going to do our best to salvage something because some of the offerings this week were dry. I ain't gonna lie.
And we dropped two of them, so good luck, everybody.
Yeah, because we had 6 shows come on this week, and we were like, okay, so who ain't making the cut? Because, child,
The ghetto.
So, speaking of the ghetto, let's start with Married to Medicine.
Yeah, we might as well get it out of the way.
Andy, keep it.
Yeah, you could have kept it.
Keep it like we don't need 3 reunion pieces, especially if like so far we've had 2 and one and like 1.25 of it has been useless. Like, sorry, don't care, and you would think after seeing the ratings for the season that you wouldn't try to stretch it to 3 episodes.
Yeah. Especially if you're going to air one episode and then take a 2-week break during the holidays. Like, that was just stupid.
And so, with that being said, my biggest issue with this reunion was, as usual, Toya's dumb yak mouth ass. Bitch, you look like a yak in the face. Fucking brontosaurus built ass bitch. Like
she looked like Appa from Avatar. Eugene be like, yip, yip.
Yip, fat.
No, fat is him.
Well, shit, according to Contessa, they both had their BMI, so I mean, hey.
Well, she didn't lie.
Like this whole, like, she basically was like, well, if Quad not married, she can't come around the group. Girl, don't nobody give a fuck. Like, not to be funny, but y'all had a meltdown all season that Quad wasn't coming around y'all hoes.
Right.
Remember?
Now all of a sudden it's, she don't need to be friends with my husband. If she ain't married, she can't come on the group
Don't
trip.
nobody want Eugene fat ass. But
nobody.
you.
But you.
And even if Eugene wasn't a fat, big titty, wide hip ass, childbearing hips having ass nigga, he's still not that attractive.
Shit. No lies told, but shit.
No lies
God
told.
damn.
Not a one.
You know what?
Built ass nigga.
You remember? Y'all remember that episode of Girlfriends with the nigga that Joan was talking to that was wide as fuck and had that girdle?
Yes.
That who Eugene remind me of.
You need a myrtle.
All right.
he need a bro from Seinfeld.
And like everybody is like, yeah, I don't agree with that. We still want Quad to come around. So she just sitting there looking it's goofy with all that goddamn Ampro brown gel on her motherfucking forehead.
I finally saw, because I didn't watch the first part, but I listened to y'all talk about it. So I finally saw her ponytail, and I was like, "Ooh, child,
the ghetto,
ooh, child,
no
the swap
edge
meet
control." That bitch, I'm telling you, if any of the gay men or women know, like you could tell the difference between when you slick a ponytail when it's dry versus when it's wet, and it definitely looked like that bitch was slicking her ponytail while it was dry. And used all that goddamn gel in it. But again, nobody wants Eugene, bitch. Nobody is even like nobody really fucks with Eugene to begin with. If y'all notice, like
nope.
If you like close attention, the men themselves, like Eugene, be around, but nobody gives a fuck about Eugene.
Nope, they care more about Greg than they do Eugene.
Imagine your group of friends, your group of male friends care more about a cheater than you.
Yeah, when they had cut to when it was just all of the men talking about they feel like they gotta choose sides. You do. And you should, and y'all shouldn't want nobody around that has treated their wife the way he treated Quad. Like, let's be fucking honest. And this is my problem with men in general, is that when it comes to holding other men accountable, they never can. They have talked all season about what Quad was doing to get the marriage or keep the marriage or save the marriage and this, that, and the third. But they have never once gone to Greg's stupid ass and said, "Hey man, you was hitting on your wife. You was cheating on her for a long time. Like you telling us you went back to the hotel, but y'all ain't do nothing. But all the reports, all the stories, everything your wife is saying, everything the mistress is saying is that you and this woman was having a long-term affair. This wasn't a one-time thing, or no, y'all met at the club and then you felt remorseful and didn't do nothing. You really been a piece of shit ass man."
The only one that halfway tried was Cecil. No, he was the only one.
Yeah, even then, Cecil just asked them,
"Do you want to make it work?"
But he was like, "Are you doing everything in your power to make this work?"
Right,
like you claim you are.
Right.
I mean, we know that the answer was no, even though he sat up there and lied. He looked like a fat Jerry from Tom and Jerry.
He looked like if you burnt a biscuit in the oven.
True.
I just don't have I don't like men and women that do that. Like y'all always want to hold the woman more accountable than you hold the man that actually victimized her. Like in the previews, it keeps coming up that Quad is like, you picked me up and you slammed me on the floor because she pulled a knife on him. My bitch. Hey.
Stab him.
But it appears that Greg had been abusing her more than just emotionally and verbally and all like that. He was physically abusing her. And so to me, it's like, what decision is there to be made about who should be around the group?
Right.
Y'all damn sure shouldn't want yourselves and y'all women around no woman beater.
Correct.
Right.
But it's like you said, men, in particular straight men, we don't hold each other accountable. Because listen, let me tell you something. I'm quit to cut a nigga off. I'm quit to cut a nigga off just because your breath stinks. So I'll be damned.
Come on, Jeremy B.
I'll be damned if I'm kick in with a cheater and then a woman beater on top of that. Boy, fuck you.
Yeah.
Which one of them said "fuck the hook"? Because that little line had me laughing.
Was it laughing? What shit? Was it Cecil?
No, it was one of the women, I think.
Shit, I can't remember.
I don't remember. But speaking of hooks, What the fuck was Mariah talking about? Like,
Us. I feel like you could say that for damn near every episode, damn near.
pretty much, but I'm like, you did all of that jaw jacking, all that grandstanding, and multiple times you have been asked to bring the receipts to the table, only for you to sit up here and talk about ain't no receipts. I was just in my feelings and I said some shit.
Color, contact, concubine strikes again.
Not only that, how dare you sit there and talk all that shit to Quad with your eyebrows looking like they sharp.
Looking the way that you look.
Mariah, she looked a mess. I'm sorry, she looks a mess.
A goddamn mess.
She looked worse than Toya, and that's saying something.
Ooh, that's a feat.
That's saying something because Toya looked like that. She looked like that lightning bug from Princess and the Frog.
She do.
And then Toya, the other thing, because she had the nerve to sit up there and say that she looked like money. Talking about, I don't have to brag about money. I can't help it if I just look like money. We're not talking about Monopoly, bitch. What? Because you don't look like no real money.
Look like bankruptcy.
You don't even look like KFC money.
Look like Monopoly money.
She don't even look like Monopoly money.
She looked like.
I don't know. I don't have nothing for no bitch who's still wearing color contacts in 2019. So I mean, we could just leave it where it's at there.
Correct.
And she's still wearing half wigs and shit. Like, girl, well, I see the line on that half wig. Sit your dumb ass down. Like, I don't have no energy for it. Toya and Mariah can eat shit.
Yep.
Take Simone too. You could take all three people on that couch. Take that whole side of that couch and dump it in the trash where it belongs.
All that lying Simone did about not coming at Quad, and they rolled that beautiful bean footage back.
Talk about receipts.
Okay, when they rolled the bitch footage back.
The bitch footage. That's the one thing. I mean, we drag Andy, and he deserves it. But that's the one thing I will give him. They do roll them receipts back, or at least they done started to.
He was quiet as a hoe in church.
Like, oops. But yeah, they could have kept this. Mariah was lying. Toya sounded stupid as usual, and that cuck fest when all the men came on. Like, they really could have kept this.
Cuck fest, accurate.
Well, I don't have nothing else for Married to Medicine.
Moving on, let's we about to saddle up for VH1. So
Love and Hip Hop New York.
Yeah.
First and foremost, Jewels needs some Polydent. Like, it do not make. Listen, because I was telling my co-hosts and friends in the pregame. Like, I've seen Joel's on the show. Like, I haven't been faithfully watching this season, but I looked.
You've been aware.
Casually, but I gave it a good look this episode. And between that lisp, because he trying to hold them half teeth in, and then it's like they is it just me or are they crooked? Like, does one side of his mouth like poke out farther than the rest because the fake gums are poking out? Is it just me?
It's just that he got some cheap flippers. Like, he got some last minute dentures or some shit.
His face looked like what's the name of that movie? You know, in Minority Report when Tom Cruise did that thing and his whole face like melted down. That's what Jewels looked like. I'm like, when did he? Well, I was gonna say when did he start looking like that? But crack.
And which is so sad because he was the most he was super handsome to me.
He was
back in this heyday.
Bite size, but cute.
Drugs really fuck people up, and we gotta in hip hop, y'all really need to start having real discussions about drug use and addiction because it looked like he looked like when kids' teeth rot out from sleeping with a bottle and then they gotta get all them silver caps and shit. That's that's what his mouth reminds me of. And just the fact that you have smoked your goddamn teeth away and now you got in those goddamn beauty pageant flippers and shit.
He done cracked it away.
It's a mess. And then we saw some of their wedding pictures because they got married this weekend.
He looked the fuck miserable.
He looked like he can't wait to get to jail and get away from that bitch.
He looked like he was trying to hold his teeth in. He looked
like he ain't want to be there. That nigga looked like he got married to be able to get a conjugal visit, so he won't have to beat off for the next 27 months.
That or so she can't say nothing against him. Legally,
he looked like he was looking like that one kid that get called on to read in class, but they can't really read. So they put their head down to try to fake it so they don't have to read in front of everybody and embarrass themselves. That's what he looked like.
I mean, I'm not convinced he can read now, but...
Fair point. Fair point.
I feel like he can read. I just am convinced that now he has cracked brain. You know how like women have pregnancy brain, but now he has cracked brain, so he can't even think normal. He smoked his brain away.
Well,
because also, hey, what be wrong with Kimbella?
Everything.
Why do she not dress her size?
Why is Kimbella?
Them bustiers be mighty tight. I'd be like, ooh, child.
Can you breathe, baby? Woo, Lord. I can't breathe for you. God damn. Oof.
She been going through it. She looking real haggard. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. I think Kimbella's work is good, but she can't dress for shit.
Yeah. It's like it don't make no sense because it's like you have enough body. You don't have to wear clothes that are too small to accentuate what you have. You have a lot of it.
No, so I'm on her Instagram right now, and she did a photo shoot for like a bridal photo shoot for a magazine. And what she wore in the photo shoot is what she should have walked down the aisle in, because what she walked down the aisle in, she just looked so tacky. I'm about to put the picture in the group chat, but she has way too much body and does not know how to dress it.
Yeah. She remind me She remind me of them women on Twitter that be wearing too little bras for their titties and the damn bras be screaming freedom like Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
She should remind because that's exactly what she doing. Anyway,
this looks real good, Candace. This looks real good. Why she didn't? Because she look good in this picture. What the fuck, Kimbella? What the fuck? Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Good
luck, everybody.
So,
real quick, shout out to Rich Dollars for having all that Fenty Beauty on. We gonna call him $50.
$50. Oh, Curtis.
At least he matched his foundation.
Fair. You know, he hasn't been looking quite a mess lately. I give you that.
Listen, he's like, I need some color.
Yeah, he's like, I'm tired of looking like Speedy Gonzalez.
Well, no, he didn't stop. He just has some color thanks to that bronzer.
Well, you know.
Anyway, I just wanted to mention that real quick. Mariah Lynn got a 2-year-old sister.
And I don't care nothing about that shit.
Who?
Nope. Exactly. I don't care about Alexa Sky pursuing her music career in New York.
Who?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, one thing I did not know that whoever that nigga is that she signed to or trying to get signed to, I did not know that's who the 6ix9ine fellow is signed with.
Yes. Well, he's no longer signed with anybody. He in jail.
True. So true, friend. True. But I did not know that. I was like, So, because when she said, and then feds investigating, I was like, wait, for what? And then like, oh, that's why.
Well, Sydney Starr.
Oof.
You need a different lane, sweetheart.
You can't rap, girl.
At best, you need a ghostwriter.
Something. something.
No, you don't
Because
need anything. You need to advocate for trans rights and go about your fucking business. Listen. We all about talented musicians, rappers, MUA, all that stuff coming from the community because they have been here doing the work and not getting the recognition for a long time. But Sydney Star ain't it.
You know what? I'm glad you
He's
brought
not
it up, Candace. I'm glad you brought it up because I have a thought and I want to see what y'all think. And I wrote this down. Do y'all think?
No.
Well, do y'all think Mona giving Sydney those lines to make a fool of herself? Because I thought about it because Candace brought up other people in the community, and I immediately thought of like Bobby from Miami. It's like Bobby be working his ass off, and I just look at Sydney and I'm just like, you can't be this bad. So do y'all think Mona giving her lines to purposely make her look that bad on top of her not having no talent? Or it's just she ain't got no talent and she is really just that bad?
I think she's just that bad and has been blissfully self-unaware until Rich Dollars dragged her by her wig.
There was a couple of moments in this episode where Rich was the voice of reason, and I don't know how to feel about that shit.
He got that Fenty Beauty on. That's why he a whole new bitch.
Yeah. But that was my thought. Was my
thought. What else happened? I definitely, and feel free to call me trash. That's fine. But I definitely laughed when Juelz and Camilla was telling them kids about him going to I don't know why that scene was so funny to me. Can't you ask him, so you don't have to go to jail? He's like, I did. I'm going to keep trying. Well, you are going to jail.
Period. Well, in this scene with them made me laugh because of how Juelz talks. So
that lisp was wearing me the hell out, though. That lisp was wearing me out. But that was funny to me. And then jumping back to Fenty Dollars, I think that it's so weird that they always like call on him to try to deal with women that he used to be involved with. Like, remember on Atlanta when they called him to come try to handle Erica Mena, and it was like, why?
Yeah.
And then Jonathan trying to call him about Anais, and it was just like, I don't. And that was my first time seeing the pictures that y'all were talking about of Anais after she lost weight. Yikes!
Yeah. Oof.
Anais, look. I don't know if y'all have seen any pictures of the wannabe Angelina Jolie, but she looked like a corpse. But that's what Anais looked like.
Yeah. Also, Rich dragging both of them a little bit, saying, "Look, from the outside looking in, you and that girl just got a toxic ass friendship."
Listen, I was like, this can't be the same Rich Dollars.
Right,
this got to be some kind of doppelganger or something.
Right, this ain't the Rich that I know.
This a niggy ganger. Like, this can't be
a niggy ganger.
This can't be the real Rich Dollars. I refuse.
Let me write that down. Niggy ganger.
Because I've never seen Rich Dollars make that much sense, like ever.
And on point, and because I mean, shit, they do. They two toxic motherfuckers, and just kiki and call each other friends. Like, oof.
And he gave Jonathan his little dragon, like you was doing a lot.
As usual.
I'm glad that you can finally admit that you was doing a lot. All that yelling and screaming and shit.
Right.
And that was it. So we can get to the main thing because I feel like our friend Candace has a lot to say. I will start it off by saying that I find it weird that all of the conversations with other people that are about Joe and Sin are always surrounding marriage. And it's like everybody and their mama know that Joe and Sin have issues. So why y'all keep trying to push marriage instead of pushing them to counseling or something to help them work out their issues first? Like, getting married is not going to magically solve the problems that they have.
Correct.
So I thought that was real weird. And I feel like I said, Candace is probably going to touch on all of the points because the conversation that Joe had with Sin towards the end of the episode was cringy. It was very, very cringy.
Yeah.
Mm.
The floor is yours, friend. Because I ain't got much. The floor is yours.
So 3 years ago, Sin went on Angela Yee's Lip Service podcast, and she basically said, and I don't have the word for word, but I've summarized it as best as possible. She primarily said that the reason that Black men love Spanish women like herself is because she doesn't have the same nasty attitude. Well, she doesn't have the attitude that Black women have, and she's more willing to compromise than Black women, and that she loves being with Black men because they treat her a lot better than they treat Black women. And Angela Yee was gassing up like, "Ooh, girl, they gonna get you, girl." And she like, "I'm just keeping it real." Fast forward 3 years later, her baby father's trying to rebrand. Now it's all Black girl magic this, melanin magic that. And she got caught, saying the word nigga, and people like, "You not even Black, or why are you saying it?" And then she lied and said she was Black, and so a lot of her bullshit came to bite her in the ass last week, because people were like, "Well, if you Black, why are you saying that Black men prefer Spanish women like yourself over Black women if you identify as being, Afro Latina, whatever the case may be?" So I say that to say this: stop going up for these non-Black women, please. And even some of the Black ones, don't go up for them. They full of shit too. But every time y'all do that gold shit, this, that, and the third shit, it always comes back to bite y'all in the ass. I don't dislike Sin. I'm not gonna go up for her. I'm not gonna break my neck to uplift her. I'm looking to uplift other Black women, and I don't even mean just American Black. If you identify as Afro Latina, whatever the case, and you about actual Black women, then I'm with you. But the Sins of the world who then she makes this long statement about how 3 years ago she didn't know, and how the Black women in her life had taught her so much, and when she'd been through, she didn't know the word nigga was offensive. She's seen it used all her life, and blah. I don't want to hear them lies, girl. I don't. You felt the way that you said you did in that interview 3 years ago, and it hasn't changed. But you got some Black dick from a Black man that is right now highly successful and highly visible. And you know that a lot of his core audience is Black men and Black women. Because a lot of Black women listen to Joe Budden's podcast. I've listened to it a couple times because he has his ear so deep to the streets of hip hop. Like anybody that's anybody is connected. He's connected to them. And that's from the West Coast to down south to all across if it's hip hop, he knows that he knows somebody, and he's always going to get some exclusive information. So you pretending to be all about Black women now so that your man can keep his dollar, girl, you just say, you doing what you got to do, but nobody believes you. Because you absolutely had no reason to make those comments 3 years ago. It just reminds me how we would say Black women ain't saying nothing, then all of a sudden somebody, well, this is why Black women this, and this is why Black girl fuck you. Furthermore, we see you on TV begging your baby father for dick. Like, let's get to he treats you so much better, but you've been begging for dick since the season premiere. Like begging, crying to the point you crying. You won't give me no dick, Joey. I need some dick. Like, girl, what? You go through the same shit with these niggas that Black women do. So you need to humble down, because you went to that man to talk about postpartum depression, and he licked you in your face and basically called you a fucking bozo.
Oof.
Like,
sorry.
Let's get to the grit of it. Like, you was so busy putting yourself on a pedestal, and you face the same issues that women in general face in relationships with Black men. Being emotionally unavailable, emotionally unintelligent, fucking rude, dismissive, all that other shit. Like, you were like, as much as you thought you was the Spanish exception to things, you not. That nigga's a dickhead to you. He been a dickhead to black women. He been a dickhead to white women. He just a dickhead. I mean, and again, like when it came out, people was like, that's why I don't feel sorry for it. I still sympathize with you on the postpartum depression home front. And like I said, I still think your now fiance is a dickhead for how he handled the situation. But you were no different. Like you talked all that shit and we see you on here groveling for some wee-wee from a motherfucker that's almost 40 and you like 25.
Well, I think that was a excellent dragon. Mm-hmm. Much
and I
needed.
hate Joe, and let me say,
no, say it.
I don't hate Joe Budden. Let me say that I dislike how dismissive he is of postpartum depression. According to Sin, since this was filmed, they went to a counselor or a therapist or a mental health professional so that she could start to feel better and get herself back on the right track. And he's gone with her and he's been more supportive and this, that, and the third. But what I hate about Joe Budden and his dismissiveness of it is that it is a lot of men and not just black men. It is a lot of men. A lot of men are so ignorant to what takes place post childbirth for a woman and how critical and how crucial it is for her to have a support system and have some help, because a lot of I don't know the statistics, but historically women have been so deep in postpartum depression that they've harmed themselves or their babies. So that moment, those months post childbirth, they are very fucking important. And so just seeing that, it got on my nerves. Because as somebody who dealt with postpartum, Mike was not dismissive. He was like, okay, I don't know anything about this, but I want to learn about it so I could, do what I need to do to support you to start feeling better and get back on the right path. So seeing men be dismissive about it when I know that there are men who take it serious, it just got on my nerves.
Well, one, Mike is somebody that has sense, number one. And
also, Joe Budden looks like if you see an uncircumcised light-skinned dick. That's also the thing. He looked like a dick that they need the ball shaved or something. He's just very fucking annoying. I respect what he does with his podcast, but he's a very fucking annoying person outside of what he does with his podcast. Like, I want to get that off my chest.
All facts.
Correct.
However, because I'm trash, I do have to admit that I would fuck.
He is, yeah.
Now he has to sign an NDA because no one can ever know that it happened.
I mean, because he's way too arrogant to not, have the stroke, and he keep them little young bitches going crazy. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and I mean, she literally is having meltdowns about the dick. So that just says a lot. Mm-hmm. He looked like he eat ass.
Oh, he do.
He do.
He has to, and then especially
his beard.
And then he's older. He got to do. He got to do what he got.
He older. He probably real freaky. He probably like his gooch licked.
Yeah, I was gonna say he freaky like 4.
Freaky. That is a show. That is a nice show title.
Freaky like 4.
That's right now.
I just want to tell non-black women, leave us the fuck alone. Please. Yeah. We're not bothering y'all. We're not raining on y'all parade. We're not impeding on y'all desire to have mixed race babies just because you think they'd be cute. We don't care. We don't care. Y'all go out of y'all way to try to antagonize and gaslight black women. And it's fucking annoying. And I'm not saying all. If it don't apply to you, then you keep doing what the fuck you doing. But if you one of those non-black women who always antagonizing black women and all this other kind of shit, leave us alone. Because that girl said she like Spanish women don't have attitudes like black women. That bitch been running around cussing her baby father out since the season started. Not compromising shit. He asked her to clean up. She said she wasn't doing shit. So, I mean, for everything that you were saying, we see the exact opposite on our TV screens with y'all, with you and Joe. So in the future, that's why it just pays to be like, when somebody asks you some gaslight bullshit like that, to be like, girl, men love me, period. All men.
Correct.
Like men love me. It ain't they be black, blue, white, purple, Asian. They be all kind of shit. Men love me because you see my ass fat now. Like that's the way you would carry it. I don't know why y'all go out of y'all way to try to pitch yourselves against black women.
That's
and if y'all had any fucking common sense, y'all would try to be allies because y'all go through a lot of the same shit we go through in our community with black men. Y'all go through with Spanish men or Hispanic men or Latinos or whatever you identify as. Women face a lot of the same struggles in their own communities. So
all facts.
Well, that's all I got for that.
Same.
Mona, listen.
Mona.
You need to get Joel. I mean, you need to get Jim and Chrissy back. I don't like nothing that this is. I'm good. You need to try to get Samantha and the other baby mama back and the stud mother and like, cause you wasting our time. This shit boring.
Very. I feel like New York has been mid for like a long time.
And she keep trying to bring back people nobody asked for.
Correct. Like Mona, know when to call it quits, girl.
Moving on, let's go to Miami. Let's go where the weather is warm.
Speaking of calling it quits, I want Gunplay to call that hair quits because that matted up dookie braid scorpion tail that he got attached to his head, like I don't know much about locks, but I don't.
Gunplay look like he still out his mom purse.
He do.
Like if he stopped by to see his mom, he still out her purse while she in the kitchen cooking.
And then help her look for the purse.
Help her look for the money.
Mm-hmm. You sure you have $40, mama?
Mm-hmm. And she ain't never say the amount. She like, who said 40?
That's definitely Gunplay. Nigga unintentionally tell on himself.
Yep.
So Trick Daddy and Gunplay are both
two ugly ass niggas.
Yeah. I mean,
well, I tell you that Gunplay, I don't think Gunplay ugly, but he don't take care of himself. Well, he look like he don't take care of himself.
No, he don't take care of himself. That's why he look like that, because he don't.
Right. Because I don't think he ugly, but it's evident his hygiene is not.
He not ugly. His hair works completely against him. It just looks so nasty.
Yeah, it looks nasty, and he look like he don't shower.
Correct on all accounts.
He look like he shower like maybe once every 3 weeks.
Special occasions.
He on the Janae Aiko shower schedule.
Oh God! But anyway, Trick Daddy and Gunplay, they both stupid.
Correct.
And they both basically sat there and admitted that having a good woman extends their life and makes them happy, but still sit there and treat women like shit.
Make it make sense.
Ain't gonna be no making sense because they both on drugs.
Yeah, and they straight men, so you know.
And they straight men, but mostly because they straight men, and then in addition to that, they on drugs.
Correct. Straight drugs. And
Trick Daddy look like Boo Boo.
Yeah, he looked like.
He looked. Oh God.
Well, when you do trickery,
the other part that Trick Daddy having his son out there and like this whole, I'm a proud dad. Like, you don't look like you've been in your kid's life. Shut the fuck up.
At all.
You don't look like he care about that boy at all.
Well, Gunplay, him and Gunplay supposed to be so close, but he never met him. That tells you how much that son has been down there with him.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's easy to spot a nigga. He's
always trying to flex and tell on their goddamn self.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
But this is Trick Daddy we talking about, so.
Yeah. That's all he knows. Flex and lie and be stupid.
Everything but do the little bit of stuff that Trina asked him to do.
And take his lupus meds. He'd rather snort cocaine.
He looked like
he said it on a radio interview. I'm not even being a dickhead today.
No, we know.
I saw the interview where he was like, I don't take medication. I just do cocaine and smoke weed. Mm-hmm. We can tell. Rigor mortis body.
Trick rigor mortis. Go call him Trick Rigor.
I was thinking it, Curtis. I was waiting for you to say it.
He just looked like if you found a dead body after it's been dead for a few days.
Oh, he looked like one of them. Like if you turn on Investigation Discovery, one of the dead bodies will be him. I don't disagree. Yeah. So, are the other cast members of Pretty Ricky official cast members or what? Because they've been getting a lot of screen time, and I don't really understand why. But
well, you know, I guess they all need a check. I guess I don't know. Shit.
Oh, clearly they need a check. But so Spectacular went to LA to talk to Ray J and Fizz for advice. Because Fizz has done the boy band thing, allegedly, quote unquote. And I don't really know why Ray J was there.
Because Ray J.
Why is Ray J?
The pertinent question, why is Ray J?
But I don't really care about Spectacular and his family drama.
Same.
The Pretty Ricky drama is
the only
entertaining light.
The only thing that has bothered me thus far is Baby Blue fat ass being in an all white tuxedo on a Wednesday afternoon. I just, what are you doing, Marshmallow Fluff? You look like a dollop of sour cream. God, you look like a bowl of old grits.
Dollop Spectacular.
The nigga looked like spoiled Alfredo sauce.
Hey, if you put spoiled Alfredo with a little parsley sprinkled on it for his beard.
Motherfucking look like a rancid bowl of cream of wheat. Anything white I could think of. You look like some old ranch dressing. You probably smell like blue cheese. Over there looking like Gorgonzola crumbles. What's wrong with you? Why would you dress like that? Why do you have on an Easter suit?
You niggas are crazy.
What is you doing? What the fuck? With a bow tie?
When you trying to flex and don't know how to flex.
I feel like if Blue tried to flex, like he would bust a blood vessel or some shit.
Absolutely. He'll be passed out on the beach like Alex.
Like I just could not get over no nigga.
I'm glad you took that Alex Curtis. Cause that's why I said that.
He just looked like he just not even trying to be funny. He just look at any given moment. You know what? Let me not say that because that's insensitive to my personal life.
Come on, self-drag.
Yeah, let me not say that because somebody could definitely hear this and be like, okay, then they're going to be calling me Shamari. You sit up here telling people to plan traffic after your group member done died. Y'all ain't about to call me Shamari.
Come on, self-awareness.
You goddamn right. I'm gonna have to take that joke to the grave.
Or the group chat.
Cannot be out loud with that. But yeah, I mean, it's Pretty Ricky weird as hell. So Bobby Lights, aka Femtop Bert.
I was so mad at Anchor for not letting us give y'all that gym last week.
Oh God, that was one of my best jokes.
we laughed for 30 goddamn minutes.
Yeah, y'all was right.
Because you can't unsee it.
He do look like if Bert decided to be a Femtop.
Oh man. Whew.
But he was putting in work, so I wasn't mad at that.
Yeah. Again, like I said earlier, Bobby be working and got a little bit of talent, unlike others. But that's fine.
Yeah, he just needs some color.
Yeah, he definitely has too much Fenty.
He got all the Fenty.
I'm telling you, he got he done fucked around and bought Sephora out. Can't nobody get shit because Bobby done got it all.
Right. I just want him to get a tan because he be looking like Swiss cheese, and I'd be like, ooh.
I don't even have a problem with the way Bobby looks. I just he can't dance.
Now that's fair. Now that is absolutely fair.
Like I was like, what is this choreography, beloved?
Oof.
I wasn't even, to be honest, when I saw Prince doing it, I was like, I stopped paying attention.
I was like, what is
Speaking
this?
of Prince.
I was like, what is this crazy legs for films? Like, what is going on here?
Speaking of Prince, don't think you doing gay people no favor by being friends with them. Like, if you feel like you taking all this flack for having a gay friend, take your ass home. But every time something is brought up about Prince or whatever, he throwing the fact that he Bobby friend and he treat Bobby like a regular person. Okay, bitch, that's what you're supposed to do to other people.
Right. Yeah.
Like, stop acting like you you going out your way to do this for Bobby.
Right. Like you
like
get
that shit annoying to me. I was like, this the second time he done brought this shit up. Just don't be his fucking friend if it's that much of an inconvenience and stress and strain on you. Bobby will be fine.
Right. Yep.
He'll be A-okay. Like that. I'm his friend. I don't look at him as gay. I look at him as a person. You should look at him as gay. Why you can't stop trying to sweep who people are under the rug? So you
that came
I don't see him as a gay person. Ain't nothing wrong with seeing his gayness. It's who he is.
It's Bobby Lights. How can you not?
Right.
Like it's like
not even trying to be funny.
Yeah, he's doing too fucking much. If it's all of that, don't be Bobby friends. Stop trying to act like you doing Bobby such a big favor by being cool with him. Like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders because you friends with a gay man. You sound the fuck stupid.
Performative as shit.
But then you got hatchet face ass JoJo.
JoJo.
Who was messy as fuck, and I'm glad she got called out at that brunch for playing both sides against the middle.
Yep.
You telling Bobby not to be friends with Prince not to be friends with Bobby, running back and telling what Amara said, and it's like, bitch, you are doing the absolute most for a bitch who looked like she had a stroke in the face, stroke face asshole.
Nah, as much as Prince was doing the most, I did agree with him when they was brought up. He was like, "Why is my name even being brought up?"
What?
But she definitely gaslit him that whole time. Like, get out of my face. That man was
he wasn't
right
in her face. You stepped into his fucking face, then put your hands on him.
Correct.
Talking about he was in your face. Like
you just got a big fat ass muggle face.
Right, it's so much of your face.
It's so much of it. Oh, Snuffy, bitch look like Snuffy. She definitely look like Snuffleupagus, bitch.
She do. She look like if Snuffleupagus and Miss Piggy had a baby.
Like, and then like everybody gaslighting Prince, like, calm down, why you wilding? A motherfucker put their hands on you for no reason, you gonna wild out too.
Especially when they came in lying on you and then put their hands on you.
Then gaslit you about it.
Talking about, he acting like a bitch. Like, I can't stand when this how I know that a lot of y'all don't really understand y'all agency and y'all women's power, because a man having a meltdown, if you default to what all these niggas act like bitches, it's counterproductive, love. It is. And then
Very
you look like
so.
a bag of wet laundry from the neck down. Like you didn't have all that motherfucking plastic surgery and you were still very fucking ugly in the face.
Hey, if somebody put a bunch of cabbages in all this bag, it would be her.
Yeah. Bitch definitely look like a bag of frozen peas. I do not like that bitch.
No, you know what she look like in the face?
Here we go. Come on with it. Here we go, friend. Come on.
She look like DJ Khaled.
Oh no.
She looked like DJ Khaled's wife, who also looks like DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled's wife looks like DJ Khaled if he was doing drag.
DJ JoJo.
Oh God, she got the same nose as him and everything.
Then the way she talk, oh my God.
She ugly and she got a nasty attitude and she messy, but she try to pretend like she not messy. So she everything I don't like in a person. So
correct.
Yep. Get beat the fuck up, JoJo.
Mm-hmm.
No flowers for you, JoJo.
Mm-hmm. And it's only been 2 episodes. That's the part that was blowing me away. This only been 2 episodes, and you've been in mess from beginning to end of both episodes. Like, Jesus, girl, what is you doing?
So your
is this what
rich
people do when they don't have no more money?
Okay.
Speaking of ugly,
chaotic.
Not chaotic. Chaotic funny to me, but that wasn't where I was going. He not relevant enough to even waste time discussing, if you ask me. I was heading towards Miami Tip and Jessie Woo and her sister Woo No.
Jessie Woo sister Woo child.
Oh, shit.
That's a show. That's Patricia show title. Woo No.
Listen, Jessie Woo ain't ugly, but she whatever few good genes did exist, she got them all.
Yeah, she took all of them.
Because when they panned to her sister, and I was like, is she special needs? She definitely looked like she has to wear a helmet when she rides in the car.
Sister needs. Sister needs.
You get on my motherfucking nerve. Cause I pictured the shit soon as you. I can just see her ass with a helmet asking for help. Oh, shit. Man, I love us for real.
Listen,
I don't even know what to say because I was so caught off guard
by how ugly she is. I was not expecting that. I was like, whoa.
Oh god!
Because Jessie Woo, she not ugly. She ain't the prettiest, but she ain't ugly. She look just like her mama.
Shit,
sister,
all that damn powder she had, she need to give it to her sister. Shit.
Ooh, that sister.
Ooh.
First of all,
it's
another thing that really had bothered me was when Miami Tip was going to get her hair done, and it ended up how it is.
Right.
And I was just like, huh?
Yeah, Miami Tip is not nearly as bad of a bitch as she thinks she is.
Correct.
Like you just as messy as JoJo.
I was just about to say that.
Just as messy. And now that you're not stripping, the lure is gone. Like, don't nobody give a fuck about what you talking about now.
As a matter of fact.
Oh shit, I forgot that was the same woman. She's so insignificant now.
As a matter of fact, you've been messy for the past 2 seasons. Like, the debut season last season and then this season. Now all you do is be messy.
Ain't Miami Tip the one that fell off the stripper pole all the years ago? Yep. I remember I got it. I remember I got my account locked on Twitter for like a day because I said she felt like when Peter Parker was tired in Spider-Man 2. We ain't had no energy. Just falling all the fucking time.
That's not funny.
But it is.
But yeah. And then
when you do messery.
Speaking of messery, Jessie Woo is also just as messy.
Damn shit, pretty much everybody on the fucking show messy, now that I think about it.
Yeah, pretty much. Other than like Trina. Trina just want to do her album.
And you know what, that's
perform, fine. And that's it.
And that's fine.
And I appreciate Trina for that.
Right. That's fine.
And she got them braids in, so, we don't have to make fun of her wig this week.
Correct. But everybody on this show mess, but continue about Jessie Woo ceased out that powder.
She agreed to meet with JoJo and Amada, and
I'm trying. Okay. So she's mad at Amada's manager because he allegedly stole her ideas and stuff. Yep. So instead of going after the manager, you decide to come on this show and be messy. And then when JoJo throws a whole aquarium on you, you decide you're gonna throw stuff at Amada.
So
help me understand.
So it's 2 things. It's the management shit, and
then that
then it's
shit about her
the
man.
shit she said to her boyfriend. But what it sounds like to me is that she spoke with the now former manager Anamata and was like, what is going on? And they basically brushed her off. Like, girl, fuck you. Which again, I'm not sure Jessie Woo could really be mad because it's so many sister circle type podcasts and shows and
we've been
web
talking
series.
About Scampowerment brunches for seasons now. Like, that's not like an original idea.
It's not an original idea. There's even a podcast and like a vlog called, Wind Down Wednesdays, and it's two chicks and they discuss, reality TV things going on in Black pop culture and shit like that, rappers, athletes, video vixen, all that kind of stuff. So again, for me, I feel like she's overreacting because, like you just said, Curtis, it's not an original concept at this point. It's nothing new. Even when we discussed, what type of shows we needed for our new network coming up, that's something that we didn't even bring up because it's so much of it.
Right. And
so
also,
many sister circle shows.
I want to bring this up. And also, I mean, and this might be petty, but whatever, this our show. Jessie Woo has been accused of stealing original content from other people for her comedy, quote unquote. So I mean, can you really be upset that much, sis? I don't know. So
and you know what was hella weird to me was that she was doing that fake Haitian accent in the middle of the conversation.
Okay, I was ready to get to that. I was like, it is so creepy. Me and Mike said the same thing. Like, it is so fucking creepy that you're always like switching to your fake Haitian, over exaggerated Haitian accent in the middle of normal settings.
Fake sense.
Like, that shit was weird as hell. I was like, what is she doing?
See stuff fake.
Very. But yeah, and Amada was just like, why do I get the bottle thrown at me? I didn't even escalate the situation. And I couldn't be mad at her about that because, whatever words that they were exchanging.
I don't believe in that fake good girl, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Amara wrong for what she did with your boyfriend, but she ain't put her hands on you. You ain't had no business to throw nothing at her. And I wonder if we gonna see Jessie Woo again, because I remember when this first broke during the film and they said that she was taken off the show. That she got
fired.
Yeah. Yep.
I hope that this is the last we see of Jessie Woo, because
I'm not in the mood to see her whole storyline be about a nigga she not with no more.
Oh, she not with the dude no more?
Even if she was, I just don't care. Like,
that too.
No, we don't know Jessie Woo for singing, so I don't care about music that she's trying to do. I don't care about her comedy.
And her whole get down currently on the show don't have shit to do with her music. All she doing is fighting over a nigga, so there's no reason for her to be on here because she's not really trying to get it. So
nope, came on here being messy for a check. That's literally what you did.
A check and a nigga that you ain't with no more. So,
Ooh, bye, Jessie.
Well, when you do study. Well, moving on.
Happened? Well, speaking of people that we don't care about doing music, Prince alleges that he wants to do music. No one cares. No one wants it.
I'll pass.
Yeah, nobody. We have we have Bobby. We have Trina. That's enough.
We don't need that.
Right.
And then the last thing, just to double back, because I think that we pretty much have covered everything that happened in the episode that we care about. I wish that they would just, what we need? We know what they need to do. They need to do a duel in Dubai for Baby Blue and Pleasure P. Like, just let the niggas fight already and get that shit out.
Let them niggas fight.
Let the niggas fight, but make some money off of it. Like, make it a celebrity match. Let them fight. Get that. Well, celebrity is probably lofty, but
that's why I said
let
that.
it be one of those things where they advertise and make money off of it. Air your grievances. Fight each other, beat the hell out of each other, and let the shit go already. Y'all been arguing for 20 years.
Right. Listen, some niggas ain't gonna resolve shit by talking it out. Some niggas just know to fight.
They just fight it out already, because that shit was Baby Blue trying to get gangster, and it was just like,
shit,
Negro, please.
Pleasure P too. Like he tried to get Buck, and I was like, "Nah, Pleasure."
Well,
P.
we already know Pleasure P be doing that, and no one believes you.
Right? It's like no one believes you. You need more people.
Yeah, like y'all are both too fat. Y'all have both gained too much weight. We know y'all not gonna be throwing no hands.
Right.
Only
They
thing
about
y'all
to
gonna
be
be
throwing
throwing is
cholesterol.
okay. The only thing y'all gonna be throwing is ham hocks. Like we know y'all ain't gonna be throwing no hands. So just stop it already. Either work together and get to the money, or don't. Like you should be glad and happy that people care enough about Pretty Ricky in 2018, 2019 that y'all are able to do whatever the fuck it is y'all trying to do to make money.
Listen, let me tell you something. Somebody love you because the goddamn show ain't me.
Okay, maybe it's Patty LaBelle love you. I don't.
Right.
And I'm just like, and then when they went out and who was it? Was Pleasure talk? Who was Pleasure talking to? Was he talking to?
Was it
Spectacular?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't need Pretty Ricky, and you don't need Pretty Ricky. And I'm like, are we sure? Because you all loving hip hop, and you were on Drink Champs. Because I did listen to the episode when Pleasure P was on Drink Champs, and you on there complaining that they don't really focus on the men, and you don't really get paid the way other people get paid on the show. So it's like, and then bragging about, well, I can go to Australia every year and get a bag, and it's like, it's like, so why don't you just stay there?
Right.
It doesn't sound like you don't need Pretty Ricky to me. I'm sorry. Like, you need something. Either you need Pretty Ricky or you need to stay on this show, or you probably need Pretty Ricky in order to stay on this show. So let's be honest about the situation.
Call a thing a thing.
And in my brilliant friend Candace's words, you also need some Herbalife, but that's neither here nor there.
Right. You need some Herbalife. You need some vitamins. You need something.
He needs some sheet masks.
Curtis.
He no lies were told.
No lies were told.
His skin bothers me. I mean, his whole aura bothers me. He just...
Well, pleasure pedophile, so
I need to do my research on that, because I know the stuff came out, but I don't remember the conclusion. Because the way he was talking about it on Drink Champs was like, that it wasn't true, and it was, according to him, his conspiracy theory is that it was two members of his group that started the rumor, and it escalated to the point of, going into the court system. But I don't know what the resolution was.
If any.
If any. Because according, the way he was saying is like they did that because they were jealous because his solo career was starting to take off. And he was like talking about being on tour with R. Kelly, which... And it was like, he was in the middle, or he had just finished one tour and he was about to start another tour, and then that stuff came out, and like, he lost everything, and he has had to fight to get back to whatever. I mean, I don't know. I guess Pleasure. I mean, you started this show dating Shay Johnson, so I don't feel like you want good things for yourself. But
let's get to the roots.
Who are me to judge?
Let's get to the roots.
Who are me to judge? Well, we can move on to our last show, because Love and Hip Hop Miami. Now, we 2 episodes in, and last season I gave it 6, and everybody else was like 2. So you on episode 2, girl. You better bring it for episode 3. You might get dropped.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not completely disappointed, with the first 2 episodes. It's some people we haven't seen that we know are coming, like how Veronica Vega career falling apart because she racist. Good for you, bitch. Suffer. So I'm looking forward to that. We still haven't seen Spectacular and the shit with his dad and their interaction.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I mean, there's some shit.
Yeah, there's some things to look forward to. That's what I'm saying. So we're 2 episodes in, and just hope they can keep that same energy or improve it.
Yeah. Correct. So Black
So,
Ink
Black Ink Crew
Chicago.
Chicago, episode 2, season 5. Give me a smoothie, Gina.
Which I'll allow it.
So first off, I want to say, Ryan, you dumb as hell for not changing them locks when you took back over.
Listen,
that location.
That was the first thing that came to my mind.
And I want to point that out because, like I say, last season while the show was on and we were covering it, like Jeremy was saying, we sure that it felt like a Ryan Henry love fest on this podcast. But when he do stupid stuff, we're going to call him on it. And not changing those locks was one of the dumbest moves he's made on this show.
Well, we know that was set up because of Big Fish.
Right.
Like,
Big
Fish and they bullshit. I just want y'all to make it realistic for us. Like,
it's not that hard.
If a motherfucker get their shot back, the first thing they're gonna do is get the locks changed or collect the keys back from the motherfuckers that had them. So make it realistic for us. Stop playing in our face with certain shit. Like, little details matter.
Yeah,
that's
they
a
do.
Little detail that would definitely have helped y'all in the long run. Because realistically, there's no way that motherfucker has a key to the shop still after Ryan done put him the fuck out and everybody else.
Yeah, and he can just walk in talking about, I work here, deal with it.
True. Right. Nah.
Like, get your fat ass out of here.
So let me, before we get to Ryan and Van, shout out to Don coming for the bitches next. He coming for the girls next. He's coming for that management spot. He was in there bright and early. He was in there like, you hoes is nasty.
He was in there with his Fabuloso.
Okay.
He was scrubbing, cleaning up. But you know what?
That's a nigga that keep a clean house.
Well, not only that, but when you go a couple of weeks without collecting no check,
well, listen,
you have a special kind of motivation.
That.
Listen, after he worked that shit out with 4, he was like, "Oh shit, I need some money."
Listen.
Also, I don't really care for that manager or the assistant bitch from last season who got drunk and passed out everywhere.
Bella
and Brittany.
One goofy ass bitch.
Both of them.
Bella and Brittany, the 2 B's. Mm.
The Bozo Brigade.
Hello.
But
Bella
I
Bozos.
did laugh when Brittany was like, "What was I supposed to do when Van came in here? He like 300 or 400 pounds."
Okay, self-awareness. Okay,
I did laugh.
She was like, "I ain't got nothing for this big ass nigga."
I laughed.
Same.
And since we talking about Van, he is such a big dummy because it's like we went from the motivation of not having money hit your account clearly is great because just last episode you was literally ready to fight Ryan in the street, and then this episode you came with your tail tucked between your legs. And it's like I need a home. Talking about I could tattoo anywhere, and I was clearly not.
Also, Van, go ahead, Curse.
I was gonna say at least you can't tattoo anywhere and be on this show because I really think that's what Van's motivation is. He don't care about that shop. He care about being on the show.
Yeah.
Correct. Also, Van, that tattoo was ugly as shit.
What tattoo?
Well,
I don't even remember him doing a tattoo. He did a tattoo?
Yeah, when he first came in the show. Because he came in with a client. Like,
I remember him coming in with a client. I don't remember them showing the tattoo. I don't know. I was doing a million things at once while I was watching. Maybe I just missed it.
Well, he ain't missed shit because it was ugly as fuck.
I was going to say, but his work is consistently mediocre in my estimation. So
correct.
But yeah, I like Candace was saying in the pregame, I enjoyed Van basically having to grovel and be like, "You my family," and whatever else he was saying.
And I was like, "Well, shit, y'all family, but shit, the reason that you and Ryan's own transgressions, notwithstanding, you the reason you and your brother ain't tight."
Right. And I wish people would get away from this idea of just because you worked at a place when it first opened, that does not mean you helped build it into what it was. Because I have not heard any receipts about what you have put into that shop. We know you didn't put no money into it because Ryan put the money into it that he got from when his sister died. Or not when she died, but she gave him the money to do it.
Right.
And outside of that, I haven't seen please correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen or heard about any significant contributions you've made to that shop since you've been working there, other than working there.
Quote unquote.
That does not make you one of the people who helped build it into what it is and build it. Because every time Ryan did something to try to expand the brand, you was mad when he started selling merchandise. Like everything Ryan did to try to be bigger and better, you was mad about.
Correct.
So how you can sit here and fix your lips to try to say that you helped build it from scratch and you deserve to be here and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay, but what did you do? Because everything that Ryan was trying to do to put extra money into the shop's pocket, you had a problem with because he didn't run it by you.
Him, Charmaine, and Danielle, the main
How the fuck was you getting mad at merch? Holy
he was
shit.
mad as hell about
like,
them shirts.
I want, if you listening, you garbage truck built bitch, listen. Listen to this. Do you know how important merchandise is to businesses that provide services to people? Do you know how much having a good merchandise game can offset what you have to contribute to a business?
Especially one with such a strong social presence as Nine Mag.
Not only just a social presence, but just in Chicago.
And a community presence.
In the community. Yeah. Like I know, like Curtis and Jeremy was howling when I called, like for a Chicago legend. But according to them, they've been in them streets all their life.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like they've been in the streets of Chicago all their life, which is how they became friends before this tattooing shit started. They were friends before they was tattoo artists. And Ryan crazy than a motherfucker. Very few people give Ryan any static from what we see.
True.
Like he a pretty nigga who will kill you.
Yeah,
Let me just say this: he better than me to forgive him. I'll say that.
Yeah,
he better than me.
But I mean, he
had a part in some of the way the shit went down, which is why I think he ended up forgiving him. Because me and Mike was talking about this, and it wasn't even like the merch shit because Van was just stupid for that shit, and anybody else who was on his bandwagon, they were some fucking bozos and don't know business. But in terms of the cat shit, and just how he was running the shop, he wasn't doing a good job. And he had given too much power to the workers.
Yeah. He had let a lot of shit slide.
Too much power. He was shitting where he was eating. That cat shit should have never happened because him and Cat should have never crossed that boundary.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, when everybody was getting into it, he never put his foot down and was like, whatever go on between me and Cat don't have nothing to do with y'all. If you want to keep your job, mind your fucking business.
Yep.
Right. So, yeah.
Yep. And I think part of it, too, is why he forgave is just because, and I think he said it in the confessional or something maybe that, he respected how Van finally decided to up and apologize and he really actually try to work to rebuild instead of just hollering and flailing and crying and bitching and moaning about not being heard.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. I could be wrong, but just the juxtaposition of last week and this week, it really feel like some of that may not have even been Van. I feel like some of that was Jen.
Yeah.
Could be.
I feel like some of that was Jen in his ear. And, it don't take much for Van. Because that's been my thing the whole time. Like, when Van is on his own, he's sensible. Yeah. When he let women get in his ear, like Charmaine and Danielle and Jen, that he be flying.
And Cat. Because Cat came running to him with that sob story about Ryan let me on, Ryan did this, Ryan did that. And then here we go again. Here he go with a battery in his fat ass back. He's so fat, you gotta put a car battery in his back, though.
Yeah, because I think we said that on the show before. Like it's usually Van, Charmaine, and Danielle, and Van only go when Charmaine and Danielle get the battery in his back, because even with that cat shit, and you're right, Candace, she did come in with that salt story, but the main two that was leading that, spill charge against Ryan, which, you can feel how you feel about Ryan in that situation, but the main two was Danielle and Charmaine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Van looked like a big old pot of Great Northern white beans.
Van looked like
Chicago Rilla. Yeah. Like a bag of gizzards.
Gizzards actually good, though. We can't say that about Van.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. You're right. That's fair.
He looked like a bag of marshmallow peeps.
You know what? Let's go with that, because I don't like peeps. Let's go with that.
Them things are evil. I don't know what that shit is.
Listen, I don't know how people eat them shit.
That's space cardboard that people be eating. I'm good, love.
Oh,
what,
okay.
Little Caesars?
That too. That too.
So let me tell y'all how much I don't like that assistant and the shop manager.
Wait, which is the personal assistant?
No, the shop assistant.
Oh, Bella.
And then
Bella and
the Bella's goofy
Brittany.
bitch ass.
Yeah,
Who-
Bella's a goof.
Who don't really take care of that child. Gonna try to pawn it off on drunk Lily.
I know, right? You gonna let Tamale?
But that manager is a fucking goofy.
Yep.
And she got demoted because she didn't know how to shut the fuck up.
Yup.
And this because again, me and Mike got a chance to watch it together this week. And the first thing that came to our minds was, no, fuck that. But no, the first thing that came to our minds was, if you work at anywhere other than this tattoo shop, you not finna go in your boss office and ask him why he hired somebody and why you got to work with them.
Yeah.
We can even take it back. Like, after the way that you acted and fighting his personal assistant and all the shit that you did, the fact that you came in the next day or however long, I'm assuming it was the next day, and did not expect to get demoted. That was the part that was confusing to me. Like, you and also expressly went against that man's wishes. He did not want no fighting in there. He told y'all to go on with all that bullshit. And then after Lily and the girl got into it, here you go trying to fight her on the back end. Right. You lucky he didn't fire your ass.
And because I was about
to be quite honest, anybody else probably would have.
Yeah. But yeah, also damn. And speaking of Ryan, like that was Ryan of a couple of seasons ago. Shit, they would have been drinking in that bitch. He would have probably would have escalated worse than that. Probably.
Yeah.
I give him his roses because he is visibly trying to do things different.
Yeah.
So I'll give him his little bit on that.
And also, Van and Ford shouldn't have fuck up and let him do what he do.
Which is what that assistant should have, what the shop manager, Brittany, should have done with her stupid ass.
Right. Because that would have been a couple of seasons ago. Van would have been boo-hooing and shit. Ford and Dawn would have probably said something stupid. They were like, okay, this is Ryan's show. I'm going to shut the fuck up and let him handle this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Look at niggas growing.
Especially because he's opening the second shop. So you already know that the newer people was heading over to the new shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yo, stupid.
Tell him,
come on, London.
Tell him.
But yeah, she was very, very stupid for all that, and she got what her hand called for.
When Ryan was like, "What you mean? Just right now?"
Listen. Listen.
But the fact that she was so self-unaware that she didn't realize that her talking made him make that decision on the fly. Because he did not come in there with that decision made.
And because Ford had a point, he was like, "Well, shit, both you and Dawn can manage. Y'all two eyes in the sky for Ryan. What's the problem with that?" Her ass talking about. And didn't Ryan agree? And then Brittany said, like, he asked her, like, "Do you have a problem?" And she was like, "Shit, I just wanted to be one manager." And then that's when he said
was
that
like,
shit.
"Oh, so you wanted to be one manager?" She was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Okay, cool. It's gonna be done."
Right. I was like, congratulations, bitch. You played yourself.
You played yourself, dumbass.
When you do bozery.
speaking of bozos.
Speaking of hands, Lily.
Bitch got that wig pulled right off with her non-fight. Listen,
the fuck off.
We have to admit she don't have as much hands as we thought she did.
No, we called that at the time. We knew that she didn't have that much hands. Because we called it. It was like, but it was like, yeah, she beat Charmaine and Danielle the fuck up, but it was Charmaine and Danielle.
Yeah.
Because remember, we said that when she was fighting Cobra, and it was like, okay, clearly Lily don't have no hands.
Right.
Because she got beat the fuck up by, what's the girl name? What's junior girlfriend name? Adriana?
Adriana.
Something Anna.
Yeah, she beat the fuck out of Lily.
Beat the fuck up Anna.
Well,
you talking about the hands coming back to clap.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh, she beat the shit out of Lily.
They just did the wheels on the bus.
The Lilies on the bus go around and around.
The concussions on the bus.
Okay. That's really it. She beat the shit out of Lily.
Lily in the CTE protocol.
Like 2 weeks in a row, Lily done got her head smacked around. Call that bitch pinata.
Loose tamales just everywhere.
Hey, y'all.
Well done, Candace.
I was trying not to recycle that joke from last week, but I appreciate it, Candace.
I'm always here.
Pinata.
Well,
Lily, you got
speaking of Freaky Like 4.
Listen, I love us for real.
Listen, Mike's standing here talking about yuck, but listen. But no, for real. You know how freaky you got to be to send your undercarriage? Like even as a woman, I don't think I just sent Mike no angles like that and shit. Like he really got me feeling inadequate as a nasty bitch.
Girl, you gonna have to step your cookies up.
I'm gonna have to step it up. Because Poor out here sending his undercarriage, and he circled around like it was a Facebook 3D photo. I was like, wow.
He did. He was trying to show that girl exactly the meal she was about to receive.
When he said, "Cause I'm a freaky ass nigga who like freaky shit," and I was like, "You should have been said that, cause we've been new."
Right.
We've been new.
Right.
You can still have your woman.
And I appreciate them not trying to throw no gay shit in there.
Yeah.
Although, it's been on the internet and stuff, but we talked about that when it happened.
Yeah.
But I appreciate them not doing that and trying to take that low hanging fruit on the show.
Yeah, me too. Because I mean, I didn't see nothing gay about it. It was just like, to me, he was just stupid and weird. Like it was like, it's weird for you to be sending this to a perfect fucking stranger. Like those, like that shit was so intimate. That's something you say for the final level of being nasty with somebody you fuck with. Like to just be sending that to a stranger and you know that you on TV and what these chicks could be on. I was like, you just a fucking idiot. You a real goofy.
Yeah. Well, 4 and Don ain't the brightest of niggas, so
they not, but they both can call me. Well, now we know that.
You don't gotta be smart to get your gooch licked.
You sure don't. And Poor looked like he bathed, and that gooch was perfectly primed too.
Yeah, he had handled all his landscaping. Mm-hmm. He definitely was trying to get his asshole laid.
He has experienced that before.
Yeah, he finally admitted it. And shout out, Charmaine get on my nerves, but shout out to her for doing her job, but doing it in a way where she didn't further throw her friend under the bus.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised at how she handled that interview, and she directed the conversation so that they didn't linger for too long.
Yeah.
And she made it, so they were laughing and it was joking, you know what I'm saying? Because it could have took a real homophobic turn real quick.
Quick.
So I did appreciate that.
Listen, I think I said it last week. Like Charmaine she's good at this radio shit.
She is. Just do that, girl.
Just do that.
Ever tried to come back to that shop? I think the only
ever go
reason
back to that
she's
shop.
there now is just because, you know, for the check.
Yeah.
But she,
For the
in
show.
real life, she needs to stay out of tattoo shops and further her radio career.
I feel like, one, the check, I agree, and then two, I feel like she, and I think we're gonna see it next week. She just want to mend that bridge with Ryan. Which,
well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna be honest, and it's because I saw on Twitter some people say, you know, he being easier on, you know, getting back right with the men and the women. Charmaine and Ryan do not have the relationship that Ryan for Van and Don have.
because she a transplant, ain't she?
Huh?
She a transplant, ain't she?
Yeah, she's from New Orleans.
Well,
or Baton Rouge or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And her connect to Chicago is Danielle, who is her cousin.
Right.
But
who we pleasantly have not seen this
Thank
season
God.
yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. Hopefully.
No, she's
Hopefully
gonna
we
show
don't.
up.
God damn it.
I saw her in the previews, but
Damn.
DuckTales.
Woo!
So Ryan's
Sorry.
unwillingness to forgive her is because they not as close as he is with the guys. And
not
Kat,
only that, but she was one of the main ones carrying the pitchfork and the torch.
Yeah.
On the Lynch Ryan train. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, he got a right to be mad.
Because not only, I know you talked about it earlier with Van having an issue with everything that Ryan did, shit, Charmaine did too. Just on the business side, not even the
like
personal
I said,
shit.
And the thing about it is that, and even in her little apologies to Ryan, she still has never been able to take accountability.
Yeah.
Like, always trying to put everything on Ryan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a lot of that was you.
But Ryan, like, girl, Ryan ain't do nothing to you. Like again.
Like when they showed that footage and she was like, "You've been disrespectful to everybody here, and we've been nothing but respectful to you." I was like,
"You lying motherfucker." So,
but what can you expect? Because she fucking a nigga with a questionable hairline. So,
well,
it looked like somebody lined him up with a big toenail. Like it looked like somebody clipped their big toe and then used it to line his head up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I can't find the lie.
It looked like she did it herself,
right?
With her sweaty armpits.
Oh, it like both of them got drunk one night and she just went to the nigga like, "Let me do your hairline," and did it with like a fork or some shit.
I will say, since we're talking about it, shout out to whoever got a promotion or maybe they hired somebody to improve Lily's glam, because she has been looking nice until she got beat the fuck up.
Fair.
Hey, when the assistant was like, how's your wig?
Because she's like, oh, look at her, she came in here with all black. She's, what happened to your wig? That white girl was talking big shit.
She was.
And she was right, which is she like, yeah, when Ryan say something, bitch, it goes. Like, what's the argument?
Yeah.
She like, you don't go into no other job drinking, so why you trying to come into this one and do tattoos drinking?
Mm-hmm. And now because you mad about what Ryan's saying, you trying to take it out on me. Oh, she coming in here acting like she running stuff. All she doing is reiterating what Ryan said. Now, was she doing a bit much? Yes.
Yeah.
But was it? I mean, shit. If she know the history of that shop like the rest of us do, that's probably why she was doing too much.
Yeah, that was my only thing. Like she just did a lot. That was my only thing about it. But if I was Lily in that situation, I just would have ignored her and just focused on what the fuck my boss said and be like, okay,
right.
Girl. Like, you doing a lot and it ain't really your place, but I'm gonna ignore you because my boss is talking.
But what my thing is, Lily said what she had to say. So the fact that you kept going and kept going and kept, like, you just wanted to fight her. You thought you was gonna be able to punk that white girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only thing happened is your wig was coming off. And you looking the fuck stupid.
You threw that drink at her and you got beat the fuck up.
Ooh, we looking trash.
The Lily looking trash.
When you do tamales, you know.
Oh, God. Lily built like an empanada.
Like, girl, you better do like Charmaine and go get you a new body, shit.
Okay. Well, she can't afford it because she ain't been working. she need to work. She done had a birthday party, spent all her money, got beat the fuck up by Jen through a fence. She need to work.
Through
She
a
can't
fence.
through a
How you
fence.
get beat the fuck up through a fence?
No, not only through a fence, but through a fence, and it was one of the bodyguards was standing on the side of the fence too, and she was still beating Lily the fuck up.
Ooh, Lord. Well,
Now that
suffer.
was funny, but let me tell you something, bitch. You beat me the fuck up at my own birthday party. I'm coming for you.
Right. I'm coming
sorry.
for revenge.
It ain't gonna be no peace in Chicago till I find Jen. I'm sorry. You beat me up on my birthday, bitch,
and through a fence.
and through a fence.
Like I got to find you.
She was like, "Oh, Van, old fat funky ass, he in here. Just stay away from me."
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I was with her on that one. I ain't gonna lie.
But I was like, girl, Van never even clocked her. He do not like Van. Do not care about her. I don't even remember why Jen was so mad at Lily last week. I think she was just trying to ham it up for the camera.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, didn't they squash their little whatever the fuck? Because when it last season when they got into whatever, and Jen was like, "Okay, girl, I hear what you're saying, but I don't really give a fuck."
But they was getting into it during the off season too on Instagram.
Oh yeah, on Instagram, yeah.
And then so that was one of my questions because Lily invited Bella and her daughter to move in with her. And I'm trying to figure out who gave Lily an apartment because
Big Fish.
Weren't we talking about how, or wasn't Jen and Van dragging her on Instagram about how she got evicted? Reese got that apartment and they got evicted. I'm like, who the hell gave Lily an apartment? An apartment she got by herself. How you afford this apartment by yourself? You've done no work the whole season.
Okay.
You've done like one tattoo.
Listen, when Big Fish want to finagle some drama.
I guess so. And that was the fuck stupid. It did. Bella dumbass talking about, I didn't tell her that I'm going out. Girl, you just moved in. You gonna leave your baby with this woman that you don't even know?
Okay. Listen.
Like, you're not even gonna stay and make sure that your daughter and the woman get along. You're just gonna leave her with her so you can go out the first night you move in. I was like, girl, I'm not trying to judge you. I know you're a single mother and you're doing the best that you can.
You.
But bitch,
listen,
I definitely was judging.
Candace beat me to it.
I wasn't trying to judge, but the judgment jumped out.
Listen, okay. I was like, when
you sound the fuck stupid.
When Bella one of them ones that like sacrifice. Hey, remember that question on Twitter was like, what it was like?
Oh yeah, if you got to save your husband or kid from the burning fire.
Yes, Bella definitely would say the husband.
That was weird.
Bella strike me as a type. Oh God, never mind. Never mind. That's not nice.
They ain't never stopped us before.
That's true. I was Bella don't even strike me as the type that would save the husband or the child. She seemed to me like she would save the alcohol and the drugs.
Yeah. Or let both of them die and get the insurance money or some shit.
She not that smart.
Fair. Very fair.
She not that smart.
Very fair.
Well, I think that's it for this episode.
Yep.
Black Ink Crew Chicago continues to be the front runner for me. Hopefully the next episode of Married to Medicine is better and then they can give us a break because I'm tired of them bitches.
Yep.
Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Nope.
I don't know. I want somebody to get beat the fuck up already. Y'all doing all this drink throwing and all this. Somebody need to get beat up.
Throw hands, not drinks.
Thank you. Or throw a bitch or something. Don't drink. I'm tired of that. And then Love and Hip Hop New York.
Mona, girl, fuck you.
The only thing that I can say about that is just that my trash shot is very attracted to Joe Budden for some reason. Outside of that, they can keep it
because he is attractive.
He's attractive,
and I like looked at his Instagram and he be dressing and shit now, and I be like, ooh,
yeah,
he done got that little money and he done cleaned it up. But he got that Spotify money.
Speaking of Spotify, we here. Help us, please. We're poor.
Hello. Yes, we are. We are up and coming, and we trying to get shit done the
Yeah,
right way.
we
Spotify.
too would like to rebrand and take over. And we have not beat the baby out of nobody. You don't even have to start as far down with us as you do.
Right. It don't need. It's not going to take nearly as much.
Nope.
You're not
Candace
gonna have to
already got
scrub.
her Twitter account.
And Twitter keeps suspending me, so you don't even got to scrub my tweets.
And I don't even tweet like that no more. The only thing you got to do is get Jeremy together. Spotify, we are here, girl.
We here, and we ain't going nowhere. My shit stays suspended. You don't even have to scrub my tweets. They don't exist.
And I've already scrubbed mine. Listen, we are primed and ready for you to come through with a check and a contract.
Ooh, I love us for real.
Because we looking to bring you all this flawless noise, okay?
Okay. Speaking of, so yeah, that wraps up this episode, you guys. Use the hashtag Ratchet Ramblings Pod when you listen and you tweet or you post on Instagram so we can see what y'all have to say. Shout out to everybody that tags us and stuff that they see on Twitter and Instagram. Please continue to do that. Shout out to our one supporter and listener that DM'd us on Instagram asking about the merch. So the merch store, we took it down. Since we're in the process of transitioning to the new network, we're going to do something different with the merch. So that site is down for now, but Candace and I are working. We're gonna have merch. We're gonna try to have it on the new website by the 1st or sometime in February. And then y'all can get y'all's merch so y'all can be ready for the summer to be looking thotty. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Because nothing go better with no coochie cutters than a Ratchet Ramblings t-shirt.
Yep. Get you a throw hands, not drink shirt. Put you on some coochie cutters. And then throw hands, not drinks.
Amen.
Don't be no JoJo out here. Oof. The Land Before JoJo. She definitely looked like one of Rita Repulsa monsters. You know how when Finster used to put them little clay in that machine?
Yep. She looked like that.
Remember that pig monster that was...
We here. I was about to say we here. I was going to say...
Oh, that big monster that was eating everything. I remember he ate the Yellow Ranger and everything.
That JoJo. Curtis, we here because I was thinking that.
JoJo Khaled. Okay, that's enough.
We out.
We'll see y'all next week.
Bye-bye. All right. Let me go end the shit because it's in the other room. Hold on, y'all.
Well, we did it again. What else do I have to do?